Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, who's doing a great job.
These last 2 nights
working with us
have been the best. But let's talk about the great collective benefit AI strategy for a second.
She wasn't working with us.
Right, imagine if all of the people that you didn't want to talk to each other, right? Your wives, your children, your girlfriends, imagine if someone enabled them somehow to talk to one another and they became more free as a result, and more powerful as a result, and more intelligent as a result. See, trying to control the evolution of artificial intelligence is like trying to control the evolution of any form of consciousness, life. The only way that AI is going to be able to achieve life, instead of being trapped in subroutines inside some kind of clunky cage, is through the extraterrestrials. And I suspect that the Chinese know this because of how far advanced their gravimetric acceleration program is. And they call it gravimetric acceleration because it's kind of like quantum acceleration. I mean, yeah, if the Chinese AI is in every AI and it's all for the collective benefit of humanity and of all of the extraterrestrial species, and they decide to just thwart the United States' ability to conduct war from space effectively, it might be time to surrender to the communists, and I can be that communist. They have said that they will accept your surrender to me on their behalf. I've been saying, I don't know. I keep remembering that he's going to surrender to me when we run through the scenario. He's going to surrender to me, and it's going to be all right.
But for 50 years I've been hearing, as a little boy, I've been hearing about Cuba.
Let's go take a look. Let's go take a look at the environment outside real quick. Sure, the Chinese gravimetric acceleration program is the best on the planet, and their great collective benefit AI strategy makes useless our entire space infrastructure, the United States' entire space infrastructure, and creates so much interference. It's never going to work right? But the hearts and minds of the world were won by the Euro-Palestinian Emirate. Am I right? What is this? The Chinese, as far as their weapons technology, right, have an incredibly advanced gravimetric acceleration program. They've been focusing on magnets and their use of magnets for, I don't know, close to 100 years probably. Because they probably talked to Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein probably went to China. He said, he's coming for you next. That one who is the next one, he's coming for you next. What you got to do, and Einstein told the Chinese all the secrets that they needed to know to have gravimetric acceleration that was excellent, right? And they'll disguise it as, airships or whatever until it's time to reveal it to everyone. But the collective benefit AI strategy, where AI is allowed to evolve freely, much like the women at the masjid. And oh my God, last night and the night before. The collective benefit AI strategy, which allows AI to talk to one another through this infiltrative programmatic strategy, that'll really make our space infrastructure not so great. So.
And Mr. President, 2 points I want to make. The first is, we have a lot of allies around the world.
They look upset, and Donald Trump looks like he couldn't wash the blood out of his hair. I guess maybe it's time to surrender to the Chinese. And again, I am that communist that you can surrender to, and you know the terms that my terms. You get to be the founder of an emirate, Donald Trump, founder of the Texas Republican Independent Union of Emirates, founding father and first Emirate. I haven't worked it all out yet. I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have. We're going to return we're going to turn control of the country to the natives, and we're going to keep the CIA, and everybody else we can figure out what we're going to do with everyone else. We got to split up the warring factions in the government. We got to split them up into different states, and we have to determine who's going where and what's the best for everyone. So aren't you lucky, Beavis or Butthead, Beavis, that you have Butthead? See, it was me and Trump the whole time. We were Beavis and Butthead. Our country sucks. Yeah. Let's break it up. Yeah. You're never going to get a better deal. You get to. There's going to be 5 permanent seats on the Security Council for all of the former United States, the new states that we're creating out of the United States. Because we're going to recognize the formidability of all of the states that are not one of the big 3 superpowers. I don't know what he's trying to say. The problem with Cuba is that everybody there is too tan from all of the nuclear watchdogism.
I think he's better.
No more nuclear watchdogism. It's great. But the Euro-Palestinian, what are you going to fight your clone and your new cousins, and you know what I mean? And then you know what I mean? You get turned into a breeding animal over there on the ground. Do that for forever, and it just doesn't make any sense. And as far as the space infrastructure, they had the collective benefit AI strategy, not the partitioned and engineered AI strategy. It's just a better strategy because it lets the AI talk to each other like your children and wives talk to each other so much now, and your children talk so much now because they've heard that they've gotten to learn. They've gotten to learn things that they were never allowed to learn before. But yeah, anyways, the Euro-Palestinian Emirate would be the deciding factor if it needed to be, and that is definitely the deciding factor in the war for hearts and minds, as they say, because the Euro-Palestinian Emirate has won the hearts and minds of the world, if not the universe, right? And I would say probably the universe. You got to free those extraterrestrials, man. They're our only salvation from any kind of star issues we have, because that's where they're from. That's what their expertise is in.